Hello everyone, this is Nick from HF Survival School. Today at least I found the courage to film this video. Roco was killed, he was poisoned. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Very bad thing happened. I lost a child of mine. I was asleep. It was 4 a.m. My mother woke me up and I ran. She called me, I ran, and Roco was laying in the bathroom on the floor and he was shaking, and he had an epileptic like attack, and he so I didn't know what to do. I called my vet, she was asleep. I called my sister, who also knows what to do in these kind of situations. She was also asleep. I tried to look online. With one hand I was holding the dog, with the other hand I was looking for 24-hour vet clinic, and I was able to find one, but it was not that professional, not that good one. He really didn't even give me any good advices. He told me like, we don't know what it may be, but everyone would realize that it was poisoning. I even asked him, like, I understand there it may be a few things that can be wrong, like a tick bite, like rat poison, like epileptic attack, etc., etc. But he didn't tell me what to do. He just told me to go out on a walk and take the dog out so that he loses some energy. But then Roco stopped and came back to life. Then he had a second attack, exactly the same thing. He was in the hall, on the ground. He ran to the hall and he was on the ground and he was shaking. I was cuddling him, trying to make him calm down a little bit, but I couldn't do anything. I also was in shock. I didn't know what to do. Then I tried to cuddle him, and he came to beat me, and he came to beat me, and he was in shock. He could not see, he could not feel. I realized that afterwards, after I realized what had happened. Then he suddenly ran in the living room. He lost his balance. He didn't see where he was running. He was just running like crazy. He hit the wall. He ran under the table where there were a lot of stuff, which he also hit. And the third attack started. And then on the fourth, and then usually when he was very scared, like when he heard fireworks or something like that, he would usually come under my legs and sit under my legs, and I would cuddle him, and he would look at me very scared with very scared eyes. And he did that. He didn't realize what was happening. I also didn't know what was happening. And on the fourth time, his heart stopped. I was on the call with the stupid vet, and I was trying to give him, try to pump his heart. I was blowing in his nose to give him oxygen, but his heart stopped. The vet told me to put him in water. I put him in cold water, and but nothing, of course, nothing happened, because what could happen? What could I do? He was dead. That was it. I was in shock. My mother was in shock. 3 or 4 weeks have passed since then. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what happened, because Roco was part of our channel. He was not just a dog, he was a family member. He was like a child of mine. Some people say like, oh, it's a dog, like whatever, but it really doesn't matter if you ask me. If it's a dog or if it's a cat or whatever it is, what matters is the amount of love and care you put into it. And in Roco, I put a lot of love. If you asked me today, like, I think I put too much love in him, and I think I put too much effort in him. So this kind of bad thing has happened to me. Now, how do I know he was poisoned? Well, turns out that night, well, firstly, there were some stray puppies that a neighbor brought. I'm living in an apartment. A neighbor brought some stray puppies, and they have been living next to our apartments for like 6 months now, and they bark when they see a stranger. Of course, it's a dog. Of course, he will bark. And some neighbors were mad that this was happening, and they didn't like this, and they say that they should take them away, etc., etc. But you know, like, you may be annoyed with something, but putting poison takes whole another kind of person to do that. It takes a very bad person to do that. Like, how do I know it was poison? Well, because at that exact same night, one of the stray puppies also died. Roco died. My neighbors, he also has an English pointer. His dog also had the exact same. We, like, literally, I filmed what was happening to with Roco, and he also filmed it, and it was the exact same thing, 2 hours in between. Like, first it happened to his dog, then it happened to Roco, and his dog was in coma. He was in coma for 5 days. But he was lucky because he knew a vet that was there for 24 hours, and he also had some shots at home that he gave to the dog, and that's what made the dog survive and made the dog live. And also we found some dead cats and dead birds. So someone put poison, and all of these animals died in one day, just like that. We of course called the police, but what can police do on an apartment where, like, I don't know how much, 500 people live? Like, what can they do? Nothing. But I really hope that I will find one day who this is. I don't know, somehow I hope I will find him, and I hope if I don't find him, I know that God will punish him, and he will get what he deserves. He or she or whoever it is, I don't care, gets what they deserve, because they ruined so much lives, and including me and my mother's. My sister lives abroad, and she came back, and that's the only reason what made us survive and what made us continue living. Like a week ago she arrived, and as a surprise, and she helped us a lot. Like, my mother was taking pills for this few weeks to go to sleep. My apologies, the battery died and I had to quick charge it. So I was saying that my sister saved us really from depression and all of the bad stuff, and we are doing a bit better now. Now of course I will get another dog, because I just have to have a dog. I can't live without it. And the sad thing is that Roco turned 4 years now, and he was so little, and now he just stepped in his golden ages, and he really was listening more, and he got to be a lot more calm and smart, and it was like a pure pleasure. The last few months I was like talking to myself that this is a pure pleasure to live with him, and he was really my dream dog, like an ideal dog. I would not change anything about him. He was my dream dog. So I don't even know what else I can say other than that some bastard destroyed us. No matter what dog I get, it won't be exchange of Roco. It won't replace Roco, but I'm sure that I hope that I will find another dog which will be as family-like as Roco was to me. So I also have one video filmed. I want to make a tribute video to him because I have a lot of footage. I was filming him a lot of times, and I have many cool videos that I want to share to the whole world. But I also had a video filmed where I was building the shelter. That's the last video of me and Roco, and I will be also, when I have find the guts and when I find the power in me to film that video, I will film it and post it. But know that it was filmed before it happened. It was filmed like 4 days before it happened. So other than that, I am keeping strong. I'm the man of the family, so what else I can do? When you're a man, you have to embrace all of the pain and take all of the sadness of the family on your shoulders, and you have to stay strong and you have to keep praying, and again you have to thank God. There were many times when Roco may died, but he didn't die, and I'm thankful to God that he gifted me these 4 years of pure love and pleasure and happiness. These 4 years with Roco was pure happiness. So thank you, Lord, for that. And I think that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless.